The new podcast, In the Shadow of Princeton, starts as the matriarch of a prominent Princeton family is found stabbed to death in her locked basement. Investigators look from a serial attacker to her family to Princeton University students. One hot-blooded investigator sees a conspiracy. Is he way off base, or does privilege let you get away with murder? In the Shadow of Princeton is available wherever you get podcasts, or you can binge it ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. Born on this date in 1916, jazz trumpeter Al Killian of Birmingham. And in 1944, current Governor Kay Ivey of Camden. Now that makes her the only current octogenarian governor in the U.S. That means she turned the big 8-0. Today we have an update on third grade reading, a college marching band invited to next year's Macy's Parade, a Scariest House in America candidate, and weather with Lee. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. The state is getting more aggressive with its third grade reading requirements, reports Tricia Powell Crane of the Alabama Daily News. The State Board of Education has voted to raise the score requirement for third graders on the state reading test. Now, if they score below the required score, they risk being held back a year. Until now, the cutoff score has been 435. Under the plan, the cutoff would rise to 444 for this academic year and the next. Then it would rise to 454 for the 2026-27 school year. Note that making a score of 473 or above is considered reading on grade level. The Alabama Literacy Act of 2019 requires third graders read on grade level in order to move on to the fourth grade. But there are a few other ways for students to demonstrate their proficiency should they not reach the cut score. This past spring, 91% of third graders scored 435 or higher on the test. That persuaded State Superintendent Eric Mackey to throw his support behind raising that required score. The board voted in favor 7-2, and the two members who voted no felt the score the superintendent recommended was still too low. See, the concern that remains here is that gap between the cut score and the reading on grade level score. Students in that gap are being promoted, but are still struggling to keep up in reading. The Marching Pride will be in the Big Apple next year. AL.com's Howard Koplowitz reports that the University of North Alabama's marching band will perform at the 2025 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It'll be the Marching Pride's first appearance at the iconic event, and it comes in the parade's 99th year. Macy's gave the band $10,000 to help with fundraising for the trip. Well, an Alabama house is in the mix for HGTV's Scariest House in America, reports AL.com's Lawrence Specker. The show is a spinoff of the network's Ugliest House in America series, and is airing as Halloween approaches. The home we're talking about is a creekside concrete structure in Gulf Shores. It's believed to have been built during the first few years of the 20th century and is rumored to have been built by Al Capone's brother-in-law and that it served as a gangland hideout. However, the names and dates associated with the story don't easily fall into place. So let's just call it a legend, which doesn't preclude at least some truth. The 4,000 square foot home is also said to be haunted, of course. No self-respecting 100-year-old southern swamp house is without a ghost or two. The episode of Scariest House in America featuring the Gulf Shores home will air October 25th. If it beats the other 8 homes, its owners will receive a $150,000 renovation. Let's take a break, play a quick ad, and then Lee's joining us for a quick weather update. Y'all stay with us. Hello, my fellow Alabamians. I want to take a quick break to talk about something that I know y'all are into because you listen to this podcast. The role of news in your daily routine. Well, starting off the day informed is a long-held practice that started with newspapers and coffee and has evolved to podcasts like this one and driving to work. But if you miss the feeling of sitting down with in-depth local reporting, consider subscribing to the Huntsville Times, Birmingham News, or Mobile Press Register digital editions. By subscribing, you'll get a new daily digital edition in an email link, or you can use an app to download the new edition every day on your smartphone or tablet. You also get exclusive access to stories written for our subscribers. Down in Alabama, listeners get your first month free by going to al.com/digital subscription/exclusive and enter the promo code DIA24. Down in Alabama 24. You get that. It's just $10 a month after that to support the reporting that changes laws and lives in our state. Thank you for your support. And now back to the podcast. Hey, thanks for staying with us, everybody. Today in the studio, once again, we have weather reporter Lee Morgan. Lee, welcome to the show, and we're going to bring you on and have you not talk about hurricanes.
Isn't that nice? We'll talk about fall. You up for that? I know you're a summer person.
Yeah, we're still in hurricane season, but we got a change in seasons going on right now.
Are you doing this whole weather segment under protest because it's going to be cold?
No, it's not bothering me.
Okay, I just want to check on you. I know how you like the summer.
It was a long, warm summer.
It was. And now we have true fall, not fake fall, not a taste of fall, real bona fide fall. And it's coming today. You'll start to feel it, especially if you're in North Alabama. Now, South Alabama may have to wait until tonight to really get the full effect. But highs today, you'll notice a definite change. They're only going to be in the 60s in North and parts of Central Alabama. South Alabama still will be in the 70s to around 80. And then, temperatures will really cool off on Wednesday. The highs on Wednesday are only going to be, if you're in North Alabama, in the low 60s, even in parts of Central Alabama, low 60s for highs, and even South Alabama is going to be in the 60s. Old Mobile, on the high temperature for Wednesday, 68 degrees. So no matter what Ike says, get your jacket because you're going to need it. It's been a long, hot summer. We've been conditioned to, we're not ready for this, but we're ready for it.
Oh, we've been trending this way. But this could be the first, bona fide frost situation this week, right?
Yes. And I would expect to see some parts of the state being put under a frost advisory. It looks like the coldest night. Now, Tuesday night, tonight into Wednesday morning is going to be chilly with lows. In North Alabama could get into the 30s, Central Alabama in the 40s, South Alabama probably around in the high 40s or 50s. But the coldest night, according to the National Weather Service, should be Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's when you could see some of those frost advisories because lows nearly statewide are going to be in the 30s. And it's going to be cold. And the even places in South Alabama that usually stay warm, like Dothan and Mobile, are going to be in the low 40s. So it's going to be a chilly night. That looks to be the coldest night of the week. And then going forward after that, temperatures will start to moderate a little bit. But we're done. I don't want to jinx it. I think we might be done with the 90s for this year. You think we can say that?
Really?
I don't know. Maybe we can't say that yet. But I will say for disclaimers, because we got to have our disclaimers. I did peek at the Climate Prediction Center that's part of NOAA. Their temperature outlook for the mid to late part of this month does show a high probability of above average temperatures. So, this cold snap, such as it is, will not last forever.
All right. Sounds good. So Wednesday night, especially, bring in your pets, plants, and kids
And cover up your romaine lettuce in your garden, Ike Morgan, because I'm supposed to have some romaine lettuce that you have grown, and I don't want it to be ruined.
Yeah, I'll get out my half-acre blanket and cover the garden. All right, well, thanks everybody for listening. We're going to be back here again tomorrow. Until then, y'all come by and see what we're doing on the internet at al.com.